Okay, folks, hello. I've been trying to make time to make some short videos to put on social media for several months now, especially with the election coming up in November. Haven't been too successful at doing that, but today some folks told me some things, and I thought, I can't just type a post on social media and properly express the importance of this and how I feel about it, so I'm going to make a short video. So here we go. I'll try to keep it very short. Two different relatives told me today they had conversations with two other people. Each one had a conversation with a person. Elderly women they talked to. And I don't want to normally bring up race, but I'm going to say elderly white women. Why? Because I don't want you to think these are black women that normally vote Democrat. They're not black women. They're white women that are ignorant and uninformed and apparently lazy. Okay? They told my relatives, I don't like either candidate for president, so I'm just not going to vote. I'm just not going to vote for anybody. How smart is that? How much brain power does that one take? Both of them, I'm so glad, both of my relatives talked back to those other individuals and said, are you wanting to live in a communist nation? Or do you want things like they are right now with all this virus, pandemic garbage? Do you want that to go on forever? You want to be wearing a mask from now on? Joe Biden's already said he's fine with a nationwide mask mandate, even though somebody also told me today they heard more proof from an individual that the masks are causing serious health problems with people. That's another video for some other time. I just want to say, if you're not planning to vote in the month of November, and if you're not going to vote for Trump, let me be blunt about it. I'm tired of these people. Somebody told me a local pastor, a big church, too big of a church to tell the truth. I'm going to start preaching now. Too big of a church to tell the truth. We got to tiptoe around everybody and be careful. So we can't tell the truth in the big churches in town. Well, I'm glad I don't pastor a big church then. He said, I can't tell you how to vote. All I can tell you is vote according to the Bible. You know what that says to most people? Absolutely nothing, because they don't know their Bibles. That tells them, vote according to whatever your stupid interpretation of the Bible may be. Whatever you think God says, whatever you feel, and you just assume that God must feel the same way, right? He didn't tell them anything. Tell them if they vote for a candidate that's pro-abortion, they're guilty of abortion themselves. Tell them that if they vote for a candidate that's pro-homosexual marriage, then that's the same as them promoting that and condoning that themselves. The Bible calls it an abomination. All these things are subjects for their own videos. But I want to ask you a question. And I wondered about these two women that made these statements. So, well, I'm just not going to vote. Are you going to be willing one day, if you even survive it, to sit down with your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and they look up at you and say, Grandma, Grandpa, why is it we have to wear masks all the time? Why do we have to go down to what used to be a Walmart to get our government cheese allotted out to us? Why is it that we've lost our home? Why can't we put food on the table other than what the government gives us? Why do we have to hide to go to church? Those are just a few sample questions. Are you going to be willing to look at them and say, well, I'll tell you, sonny boy, or I'll tell you, little girl, it's because I sat on my lazy rear end and didn't bother to vote. No, you're not going to tell them that because you don't want to admit that, but that's exactly going to be the truth. Now, I know this is controversial. I know people are not going to like this, and most people that see it, though, will be in agreement with it. But I want to encourage you, share it with as many people as you can, and I don't give a hoot who gets mad about it. I want people to wake up and do the right thing, and that includes going to the polls in November and voting every single Democrat out of office. Is that plain enough for you? Is that plain enough? That's what we got to do. And I'm not saying some of the Republicans are much better. But I'm saying when the platform of the party is for the things that God is against, you better quit voting that way. You've been told better now. You better quit voting that way. God bless you. Go vote Trump 2020.